Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week Playoff Edition. I'm Isaiah Austin here with Cole Warren for a Friday night matchup between the Webb Feet and the Tennessee Heat. Isaiah Austin, Cole Warren here, and we're in for a good one tonight in the first playoff game, and actually my first play-by-play and his first color commentary gig. We played together last year, had some great memories, and we're about to experience a great game tonight. It's a little chilly, but we're going to have a good one. We see one team, the Webb Feet. They 151 passing yards per game, 150 rushing yards per game. Truly a dual threat team that can do it both sides. Haven't seen a fourth quarter yet this season. If they see it tonight, what do you give them? Over or under the 300-yard mark?
Oh, I definitely have to say over. We consistently see how good Webb's passing game is. If they ever get in a pinch, and we just see that I personally believe the Heat won't be able to stand their offense.
Now on the Tennessee Heat side, they lose a receiver in Goolsby, a senior, a guy that received for 210 yards and 3 touchdowns this season. Might not seem like a lot, but he won the game for them against Riverside. How much is that loss going to make on their offense tonight, and will they be able to make up for losing him, the productivity that they lose?
Oh, I think it's a major part of their offense that's gone, and especially with their running back gone as well. I think it's they're definitely going to have to have a lot of their second string guys step up today, and hopefully they will be able to do that.
All right, the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising.
Introducing your captains. From Tennessee Heat, number 47, Micah DeGrude. Number 16, Boone Russell. Number 3, Preston Sloan. Number 40, Chris Sadley. And number 24, James Reddy. From your Tennessee Heat. Now for your home Webb Feet. Number 12, Niall Archer. Other captains are Frank Lee and Eman Anate. Well.
Tennessee Heat preparing for their first postseason play in many years as the team locks arms and walks to the middle. Special moment seeing James Redding go onto the field with the captains. You know, we had an opportunity to play against him. What do you have to say about James Redding?
James Redding is a man who has a very low center of gravity. He's very quick off the ball, and he's a powerful runner. And despite his stature, he is very strong.
Yeah, it's sad that he won't be able to contribute for them tonight. And we're finally here. Kickoff for the MTAC playoffs.
Back deep for receive for Webb, number 6, Shamar Frey.
Shamar Frey in the backfield, arguably one of the most dangerous return men in the league, has returned 3 punts and kickoffs for touchdowns this season so far. Kicker Micah DeGrude takes a stand out.
Setting the kickoff, number 47, Micah DeGrude.
Micah DeGrude discussing something with the ref, puts it down. It looks like they're using a cone instead of a what you call it?
Kickoff tee.
Yeah, instead of a tee, they're using a traffic cone.
Yeah. I think they're going to shoot some free throws after the kick return.
And the kick is off. And Shamar looks like he's going to field it. Oh, the ball is loose.
Oh.
Picked up by the Heat. That's a pile. And the Heat have gotten it. The Heat pick up the ball in the red zone. Cole, that's when a rainy night can come in handy for you.
Yes, sir, absolutely. That ball is looking slick out there.
Yeah, the ball kind of grazed across the 30-yard line. It's a little bit wet, and when they tried to pick it up, it just slipped out of their hands. This is the type of momentum the Heat needed after a tough loss earlier in the season to this Webb team. It's going to be important for them to seize momentum early, and they've started off on the right foot.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up, let's go.
First and 10 on the 15-yard line. Quarterback Goolsby in the I formation. Goolsby hands it off to Run up the middle by Kelton Copeland. He's going to get about
Straight ahead by Copeland.
5 yards on the play. And it's going to bring up second down for the Heat.
Second down.
They're really knocking on the door right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, Preston Sloan into the ball game. Didn't start off the game, but their most dangerous run and return attack this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they use Preston Sloan in this game.
Yeah, Preston Stroop's looking confident out there.
Handoff. Preston Sloan, that ball is loose. It's picked up by the Webb feet.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Webb.
Webb's got it. Back-to-back fumbles by both teams. That's a demoralizer if you're the Heat. You could have been the first person putting something up on the board.
Yeah, they the ball's out there. It's looking very shiny. It's unfortunate for both teams.
Ball recovered by number 52, Frank Lee. First and 10.
That's recovered by
Webb.
Frank Lee, an all-star this year and a strong contributor to this Webb School Feet. Shotgun, Harris. Looks like Onade to his left. Excuse me, right. Harris hands it off to Onade. Onade taking it to the outside. He's got a huge hole. Onade taken down at the 14-yard line, just short of the first down. Oh, he might have it actually. Yeah, that fumble really went far. Yeah, it looks like
Second and short.
Oh, second and short. It's gonna be 2nd and 1 on the play. Good run by Onade.
Yeah, and if you can recall from playing on this field last season, it's like a sponge when the dew starts to hit. So
it really is, and I expect by the third quarter we're not going to be able to see to the other side. Yeah. 2nd and 1. Harris, low snap. He's going to take it. And it's going to be incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. Expect to see some holding.
Harris's pass intended for Niall Archer falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 1.
And we'll wait on the official signal. It's going to be a holding on the offense. It's bringing them back. And on a 2nd and 1 situation, backed up to your own end zone, you need to capitalize in that situation. I expected them to go through the air, probably take a shot on 2nd and long. What do you think they could do here?
I think the safest bet right now is just run the ball. They on this.
Oh, they're on the
field,
3.
Yeah,
they're
on
the 3.
On this slick field, they can't risk getting a safety.
Still 2nd down.
2nd down and 11. Shotgun, 2 men to his left, 2 men to his right. Harris snaps it. He's going to take it up the middle. Harris finds a lane, gets a block. Shamar Frey with the block. Harris, the freshman, racing across the 30-yard line, down around the 35-yard line for a huge gain for the Webb School.
Change for Webb.
He just showed right there how his game speed is just above and beyond almost everybody out on that field.
Well, you know it's his first year playing football. He showed up for training camp. They didn't have a quarterback. They looked at him. They said, "You want to try out?" And he said, "Yes." He's been the man this season, and he doesn't have a loss on his record yet. Got 2 men to his left, 1 man to his right, 1 man in the shotgun. Harris takes it, hands it off to Onade. Looks like a missed hold on the outside. Onade races down for about a 6-yard gain, down to a. We're expecting to see about 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4 here. I think these short little bursts are really helping them out a lot so far. Not taking a lot of shots, but just trying to march down the field, and that's really important in a playoff game.
Yeah, I think these off-tackle runs right now are their safest bet, and they seem to be working great.
They have a very strong offensive line. 2 guys that really stick out are Frank Lee and Brandon Azar. Both guys have been huge contributors this season. Expect to see great things out of them tonight. Handoff. And a dive up the middle for Elijah Fouts. That's a 12th grader. Elijah Fouts doesn't get the ball a lot, but an efficient running back. We've seen him get hot a couple of games this season. Now, the interesting thing about this Webb team is that, you know, their best defender only has 35 tackles. What does that say about this offense and how offense and defense in this team and how they're able to contribute from all sides? Sorry, I kind of got you mid-play there. What I was saying was, this is a team where their best defensive player only has 35 tackles. And this is a very strong offense and defense. What does that say about their team that everybody is involved in an equal manner?
Oh, I think that especially being an 8-man team, it's very important to have very versatile players that can play both sides of the ball, and you can just tell how athletic and just skilled they are in every position due to this.
Indeed. Shamar Frey, expect to see him get involved in the next couple of plays. They only got one man to the left. The defense is wide open. They missed him. They just missed him.
Shamar Frey finding for yardage.
They had Niall Archer wide open on the left side. A man didn't cover him. They could have had a touchdown on that play. Niall Archer, he's been the second man next to Shamar Frey in that receiver core. Looks like we got a flag on the play. Oh, it's going to be a timeout on the play. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 1st and 10 on the 42. Oh, they got trips left. I expect to see a shot here. Oh, batted up. Looks like that's Kelton Copeland one more time, the ninth grader for the Tennessee Heat, batting that ball straight out of the air. It's going to be 2nd down. Man, this Heat defense has really been strong.
Yeah, they've been very resilient so far. I think a lot of their luck is also due to the wet field, but we'll see how it is the rest of this quarter. It looked like he was kind of fumbling the ball a little bit when he took the snap.
Yeah, and the wet field really plays into how the Heat want to play. You know, they're a gritty team, and a great stop. Looks like Micah DeGrood and Carter Sutton in on the tackle. It's kind of hard to see from here. My glasses are back in the car. Might have to grab it at halftime. Oh, the 3rd down and 11. Heat looking to get a stop. Fake handoff. They're going deep. Shamar Frey. Shamar Frey. He's loose. 59 yards. Shamar Frey, the junior. Touchdown. Webb.
I'm going to be honest. I think Shamar Frey is probably the fastest player I've ever played against in my high school career. That man has field speed like no other.
Yeah, field speed indeed. He really turned on the jets there. You know, when that ball goes up, no matter how good the ball is, it's hitting. If it hits his hands, he's gone. That is Olympic speed. Looks like Spoonie Sizemore. I love that name. Spoonie Sizemore are in there for the kick. And it's good. Spoonie puts him up 7-0. The Webb School. Oh, no good. Looked like it was through the uprights to me.
That's what it looked like to me, too.
Tennessee Heat 0.
6-0. Webb Feet up over the Tennessee Heat in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Sizemore set.
We jump back into the action. The Webb School up 6-0 over the Tennessee Heat with 6:53 left to go in the first quarter. Spoonie Sizemore set the kick. Again, there's the man, Preston Sloan in the backfield. Will they kick it to him? I doubt it. They're going to do a squib kick, hope to get the same result. Oh! Bounces right off. And the defense swarms.
Nice return by the Heat. Back up to the 40-yard line. We're going to set up camp first down.
We're going to try to get our camera back working. Hopefully we can get the camera back working here in just a minute. I guess we can go radio here for about 5 seconds while we pull this back up. Weird running all of this off of a... There we go. We're right back at it. Little bobble snap, and they take him down in the backfield. Oh, that ball is loose once again. And recovered by the Webb Feet. What an advantage having that strong of a line. Oh, and they got it looks like maybe an injury on... No. It's not an injury on the field.
They're celebration.
They're celebrating. And Webb, once again, getting the ball back on offense from back-to-back fumbles on the Heat's possession. The Heat, they're not looking weak by any stretch of the imagination, but these penalties just wearing on this offense.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the turnovers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the turnover, and I think a lot of it does just have to do with the weather. But hopefully they'll be able to get a grip, literally, on this football and be able to execute on offense. Yeah, the weather said cloudy all day here, but apparently we're getting a little bit of rain, so maybe not in the forecast for both of these teams. Shotgun. Passes to Onade. Onade getting to the outside, puts a spin move on him. Looks like they're going to move up to the first down mark. Good find.
Right side. Result of that play will be a first down. Pick up a 12. First and 10 from the 20.
Uh-oh. Yep. Is it backwards?
First and 10. Going to Onade again. Onade taken down for the short gain.
Man, large run over left side.
Onade getting a lot more touches than we're used to seeing him get. He's usually a second option for them. They want to go through the air. They want to get Shamar Frey in the open field. Onade, though, playing strong against this Heat's defense.
Yeah, I think they're really trying to get the ball to Onade in order to keep the Heat honest and eventually do a play-action pass.
Yeah, definitely, and they're trying to open up those passing lanes. Oh, just through the hands. He barely missed Jordan Jenkins. Jordan Jenkins, a guy with 319 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 picks on the year. A good offensive and defensive player for that team. And we have a scoring update. If you're here and not able to watch the Christian Community Lancaster game that's also being streamed on our channel, we'll be providing live updates if you want to hang out here with us. Christian Community School, 8, putting the first score on the board. A 21-yard touchdown pass from Rowley to Jones. The 2-point conversion is good by Dotterer. Another run by Onade. Onade finds the corner. Onade's got open field. Onade's going to run on right next to the pylon for the touchdown. Touchdown, Webb School. Onade finding the outside again, beating them with his speed. He's been a contributor tonight.
What a great run by him. He just found the open gap and was able to just beat him to the sideline.
Absolutely, and a huge advantage for them. 12-0, just 5:22 into the first quarter. And Spoonie lining up to kick it again. That's my favorite name in the league. Spoonie Sizemore.
I would have to say either that or Redding.
James Redding's your favorite name? I mean, it's a cool name.
I just like it.
Okay. Well,
it's catchy.
5:22 left to go in the first quarter. Looks like the field goal is good, so 13-0. We're going to head to a break. We jump back into the action here. Spoonie Sizemore. His leg's probably getting tired from all this kicking. Kickoffs and field goals so far. But let's see if he kicks it back to Preston Sloan.
I think he's just getting warmed up.
That's one way of looking at it. Spoonie kicks it onside. That's not going to go 10 yards. Oh, they can run it. If they pick it up, they can run.
No.
They could have picked it up and run for a touchdown right there.
Sizemore
That was a missed opportunity by the
about
Heat
7
to put points up on the board.
down.
But a lot of times, you know, in that
First down
situation, it's a bit confusing.
It is a bit confusing, but football 101, you never stop until the whistle's blown. So even if it's confusing, you pick that ball up and you run.
Yeah, and I'm used to doing play-by-play. You saw it come out a little bit. I started yelling a little bit, but I'm supposed to be the neutral guy.
I guess I'm supposed to be yelling.
Yeah, you don't be neutral. You just say exactly what you feel. That's color commentary, baby, and that's why I love it. First and 10. Handoff. That ball's loose again, and it's recovered by Webb. Once again, Webb with the fumble recovery.
You know, it's one thing to have a wet ball, but it's another thing to just continue to fumble it on and on while the other team is doing fine with it.
You know, they're called the Webb feet, but maybe they have webbed hands. It looks like they're recovering all of these fumbles.
Well, to be honest, they
Sorry.
No, it's okay. They do look like water animals out here. They're very
First and 10.
amphibian.
Onade. Or excuse me. That's Harris. Harris hits him deep. Touchdown, Jordan Jenkins.
Pass is caught by Jordan Jenkins.
That's a
on the right
53-yard pass.
Touchdown,
Wow,
Webb.
Jordan Jenkins just smoked the cornerback there.
Absolutely. And how can you stop a man of that speed?
Double coverage.
Double coverage, but they can't double cover everybody. That's the problem. Spoonie Sizemore set to kick again.
Hopefully he'll be able to kick this one more than 2 yards.
And it's good. You know, I'm completely neutral in all situations, but I'd like to see Webb score so that I can say Spoonie's name.
Webb 20.
I agree. I think it's very satisfying.
Kickoff for Spoonie Sizemore. Oh, they're going deep. That ball might go out of bounds. Nope, it's going to be recovered. Preston Sloan trying to reverse field, but can't even get it to to the center part of the field. Here goes Goolsby, ready to run this offense. You know, you can say that they're going to need a big spark here, or this game could go in the wrong direction really fast.
Yeah, I think this is the drive that's really going to decide what the rest of their game is going to look like. If they fumble it again, all their momentum is going to be gone.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could agree with this. As former players, we can attest to the fact that the opening drives of games really dictate how you feel about the game until halftime or even after.
Absolutely, yeah. The first drive is one of the most important. Even if you come in confident and there's a 3-and-out or a fumble, it's really going to hurt your morale.
Looks like Brandon Azar jumped off sides on the defensive end. It's going to be encroachment on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. We're going to move them to the 26-yard line for 1st and 5. And again, you know, momentum truly is everything, and anybody that says otherwise does not understand. Momentum is everything. The momentum to get out on the field and give it your all for your teammates is the most important thing to a football game.
Yeah, and a key part of momentum is confidence. And if you're not confident that you can even get the ball in your hands, then there's no possibility of really winning, especially against a team like Webb.
Yeah, and Preston Sloan gets loose as you were saying that. Clock stopped at 4:51. Preston Sloan finds the outside for the first down. Much needed, but they have a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they'll be able to keep this up.
We want to see a good game, of course, in these semifinals.
Hello to my wife, Beth Goolsby, who's listening on YouTube.
Goolsby takes it up the middle. Goolsby's loose.
Quarterback keeper.
Goolsby's bringing back the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, Goolsby been a big cornerstone to this offensive success on this drive.
Speaking of Goolsby, Jason Goolsby wants to just tell the whole world how great his wife, Beth Goolsby, is.
And there's Mr. Goolsby getting into the stream, shouting out his wife.
I'll shut up.
Yeah, we see a lot of momentum from the Goolsby family here. Hopefully they'll be able to distribute that among the Heat.
First and 10. Oh, he barely. Oh, that was a backwards pass. And they're going to say it was forward. Micah DeGrood open on the play.
The right side for DeGrood is going to fall incomplete. Second and 10.
No signal from the ref there, so it was a forward pass. So that's going to bring up second and 10. But, I mean, getting into enemy territory, is it going to be a repeat of the first drive, or are they set some new momentum? We're about to see. Motion. Micah DeGrood gets the handoff. Micah DeGrood taking it to the outside. It's going to get about 2 yards on the play, up to the 45-yard line. But again, you're out of punting range here. All you need is 7 yards. This progress is good. What do they need to do right now? Is it time to take a shot or stick to the basics?
You know what? I think the outside run, the off tackle and the pitch plays have really been working against the Heat. I think their defensive ends are crashing a little bit, and hopefully Goolsby or Sloan will be able to get outside. That's what they've been successful at so far, but it looks like they're probably going to pass it here.
Well, speaking of Sloan, he's in motion right now, going to the left side. Fakes the handoff. Goolsby gives it to him. Preston Sloan fighting his way to almost the 40-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 4 for the Tennessee Heat. I say you need to go for it here.
Absolutely.
You're in a critical part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely go for it because if they punt it, there's a risk of it having a touchback, and there's no way that they'll be able to kick a field goal from here.
No, and especially at the 8-man level. If somebody's going to drive 60 yards and score a touchdown on you, they're going to go 80 yards and score a touchdown on you. Big plays are the name of the game. Sloan again in motion. Goolsby gets the snap. Fakes the handoff to Sloan. He's taking it up the middle. He's pushing, but that ball is loose. Once again, recovered by the Webb School. That's 3 straight fumbles on Heat possessions. That might even be 4. I might be wrong. What does that say about their offensive focus so far?
I think the momentum of the offense is completely stopped. If not, is going backwards. I think they're really going to have to have a big play either on the defensive side or the special team side in order to get it back.
Yeah, their defense is really going to need to come up here. Looks like they're going to their subs a little bit on defense, trying to find a mixture that works. Avante Harris takes a snap, hands it off to Onade. Onade is going to be clogged up, but fights for it, maybe a yard of that. This defense coming in strong, getting a much-needed stop, like you said. So we're going to give them no gain on the play. That's 2nd and 10. Great pursuit by the Heat defense.
No gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I'd like to say that the Webb School, They really are silent killers. You know, if you're watching this game, you'd be surprised to say that it's 20-0 right now. And it's going to be a timeout for the Webb School. We're going to go to break. Thank you for tuning in to the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week Playoff Edition. This MTAC semifinal playoff game is presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, the modern medicine the old-fashioned way, TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. And that was quick. We're right back on the field. Second down. Avante Harris takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's rolling out right. Oh, and that's just a drop. He missed his man. Niall Archer, the senior, dropping the pass.
3rd and 10.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. A good opportunity for the Heat to get a stop here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they'll be able to keep this up. They're really giving them a push on the defensive line side of the football. Even though they're small, they're very scrappy and they're strong.
He's got trips left. Single backfield. He snaps it. He's got pressure. He's hitting him long. He found a man. And he jukes him out. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. He's still going. Henry Moore. Big gain for the senior.
Back foot complete over the middle to Henry Moore for a large first down for Webb.
They're just pulling this out of their hat. 3rd and 10, a lob deep. Again, Uncle Rico could run this offense. They have the receivers for days. We're going to go to break. Thank you for tuning in for the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. First and 10, a big gain on the last play. Avante Harris hands it off. Elijah Fouch on the outside.
Sorry about Fouch.
We got an injury on the play. Carter Sutton on his feet. Right back to the defensive side. Looks like he's okay. And looks like he has to leave for a play. Here comes Copeland, the freshman, taking his spot.
And that'll bring up 2nd and long 1.
Second down and 1. Avante Harris in the backfield. Elijah Fouts to his left. They're bluffing on the right side. Snap. It's single coverage. Barely misses his receiver, Jordan Jenkins. That was single coverage. He had him right where he wanted him.
Yeah, the secondary right in the middle of the field is wide open. I really think that they should keep picking at that, running post plays and fades. They have the speed, and obviously right from there they have the space and the mismatches as well.
Exactly, and the Heat is fully committed to this run game because of how Emmanuel Onade has been able to pick them apart. So that just opens up their dominant pass game. Again, as I said, 151 passing yards, 150 rushing yards for this offense on average. So truly a multidimensional offense that can kill you both ways. 3rd down and 1. Avante Harris in the backfield. Again, Elijah Fouch to his right. He's going to pitch it to Elijah Fouch. Drops the ball. That's a fumble. But he's going to pick it up, and he might have the 1st down.
Recovered by Fouch.
It looked like more of a shuttle pass than a fumble. Oh, but they're going to say they lost yardage. Okay, so that was a fumble indeed. We might see Spoonie Sizemore here, and we will. Spoonie Sizemore. And Cole, you haven't seen this a lot, but Spoonie Sizemore is a guy who can kick these field goals. Very good kicker as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen that at all. The only time I've seen a field goal kicked in my entire 8-man career is
and it's a fake. He's running it to the outside. He certainly has the 1st down. Stops him up, but Elijah Fouch makes it too far to be stopped for the turnover on downs. Makes it to about the 5-yard line, and that's a 1st and goal for the Webb Feet. Avante Harris heading back onto the field. Big conversion for them.
Wow, that was amazing.
And the clock is stopped here as the 1st down. 40 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Our clock is barely wrong. Avante Harris enters the huddle. Avante Harris, same lineup as before. They got the big 3 at receivers out there. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, looking for Shamar. Fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by the Tennessee Heat.
Coming on the play is going to be recovered by the Middle Tennessee Heat. They will take over 1st down.
Copeland, guy who came in as a sub for an injured player, gets the big fumble recovery for the 2nd of the game.
Wow, what a way to step up, especially being on a team that only has, I believe, not very many on the roster. I don't know how many are on here, but small for even 8-man numbers. So somebody on the 2nd string coming in and stepping up, that's a huge feat for the Heat.
Yeah, and Kelvin Copeland, a freshman, playing strong in this one so far. And Copeland, look who just got the starting back job on this drive. Copeland's back there in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff, run it up the middle. He's going to be slung down by Onade, but not after the decent gain. And that's going to make the 1st quarter expire. A 20-0 score. The Webb Feet have the advantage. This MTAC semifinal playoff game, presented by Kingdom.com, is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, Tennessee HighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. We'll be right back. It's going to be a 2nd down and 1. Goolsby taking it. Brandon Azar found him at the at the defensive line of scrimmage. Pushed him back. And we got to get this quarter updated. Sorry about that, everyone.
Only one line of scrimmage. Isaiah.
Well, I'm talking. Cut me some slack, man. This is my first time.
Chat log.
Wilson plays 3rd down.
3rd down and 1, a big opportunity for the Heat. They're trying to play their way. Against CCS, they mucked up the game and got it 20-19 in the 3rd quarter. Will they be able to do something like this in this game as Copeland takes it up the middle for the 1st down? The Heat love to slow down the game. Remember against CCS a few weeks ago, they had an 11-minute drive, 11 minutes in the 1st quarter. And that score was 20-19 in the 3rd quarter in the Heat's advantage. If they can control the tempo, is the sky the limit for this team?
Absolutely. I think if they control the tempo, they will be able to definitely stop the momentum of the Feet. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember the name of the Feet.
And a hard cut by Preston Sloan, but not for much as Joshua Goko stops him at the line of scrimmage. The 10th grader getting involved with a speedy back. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Tennessee Heat. Copeland still in the backfield. Oh, Copeland just shrugging off defenders. Copeland, the freshman, met Brandon Azar hard for that 1st down. Copeland has been a strong runner for them all season. 59 rushes for 272 yards and 3 touchdowns. He made 2 guys miss and met the biggest defensive lineman in the league as hard as he could for the 1st down. That's dedication.
Copeland's a powerhouse, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. They're giving it to Copeland again. Meets him again and grows forward for about 4 yards. This is exciting to watch.
Straight ahead running by Copeland.
See, Copeland's almost single-handedly giving the Heat momentum. Copeland is just plowing down defenders up the middle. This is really working for them so far.
Second and 7. Goolsby takes it. He's looking deep. Goolsby barely misses his man on the outside route. That's going to bring up 3rd down once again for this Heat team.
Brings up 3rd down.
Again, Micah DeGrude standing on the sideline. They're really having to shuffle the deck. Savely, Sutton, DeGrude. The big 3 on this line, offensive and defensively, are out of the game. DeGrude entering the ball game now. Looks like Preston Sloan's on his way out. DeGrude has been a strong tight end all season. Extreme Player of the Week a few weeks ago. He's strong offensively and defensively. Micah DeGrude with 77 tackles this season. Wow, yeah. Wow is right. They snap it. Fake the handoff to Copeland. And he's going to be met in the backfield. The offensive line could not control this strong defensive line.
It's got a big downhill.
And on this sack, Shamar Frey and Bart Morton.
Shamar Frey and Bart Morton. Excuse me. Shamar Frey and looks like Bart Morton on the tackle. And good stop in the backfield, but that's going to bring up 4th down. I say you go for it here. I mean, you have momentum. If you can get a pass completed, but your best guy's out there, then you can really see some momentum in this game. I mean, as much as they've been shut out this game, it's still a 3-touchdown game. There's going to be emotion on the play. That's Preston Sloan. Goolsby stepping back. Finds his man, but he caught it.
Pass over the middle. It's complete.
It looked like he was interfered with and still caught the pass.
What a catch.
Preston Sloan. It's been strong for them all season. You know, he's a transfer this year from, I believe it was Mount Juliet Christian. Able to get the reception and get the 1st down. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much offense you can accumulate, how many big plays, how many big stops. It matters how many points you can put up on the board compared to the other person. And that's
right.
how.
And that's why the Heat have got to keep this up. I think for the Heat to be able to put points on the board, they're going to have to keep giving the ball to Copeland and really create that threat in the backfield and keep him back there and run a play-action pass eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't saying that quote to be, for lack of a better term, a lazy reporter here, but Why I said it is because this Heat team wants to put this game in the mud. They know they can score if they run it down the middle. It doesn't matter if 8 minutes are taken off the clock. If they score, they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Fake the handoff. Goolsby, a little bit lofty of a pass, and barely misses him on the outside. Good coverage by Jordan Jenkins for the Webb School.
That look is there. Those outside routes, any kind of corner out route, those are open because they're man one-on-one coverage, and Webb is giving them a lot of cushion.
Yes, exactly. And they're seeing another third down. And for a team, you know, the Webb School struggling early with the cushion, not being able to defend these speedy receivers. Next week, if they do end up seeing Christian Community School, that could be something to look at because Christian Community School, the strongest pass team in the league statistically.
Rowley with almost perfect QBR.
Yeah, Rowley has been phenomenal this year. Goolsby barely misses his man, almost picked. If he would have turned his head 1 second earlier, he would have picked that off. Just slipped through Niall Archer's hands. Niall Archer, though, had a strong game so far. Looks like they got a new team coming out. Looks like Goolsby is leaving the ball game, so it appears that Micah DeGrood is going to punt this off. Micah DeGrood, you know, very, very, very good kicker, special teams player. Also 77 tackles and a couple touchdowns on the season at tight end. He's been a really strong player for this Heat team. Snap is lofted. He still gets it off. That was a strong, strong punt, especially for a snap that was too high. They could have blocked that, but he got out of the way and punted that thing about 30 to 40 yards.
I'm surprised that they didn't block it. Webb seemed like they were slow to get off the ball. They were on their heels when the ball was snapped.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit lofty on the snap, and that's why it took him so long. Actually, I'm wrong. That was not 30 or 40 yards. That was closer to 50 yards from where he was positioned. That was a great punt to avoid the touchback. That's something you don't see at the high school level a lot. Avante Harris enters the huddle once again. At the 10-yard line, the Heat have made a big play and pushed them back. You're not going to get a punter like Micah DeGrood on any team in this league besides the Tennessee Heat. So if they can get a stop, they get better field position starting out. Looks like we're going to get a delay of game penalty.
I think switching those two guys out in the huddle really ate down on that clock.
And we got an update from Christian Community game. Christian Community was apparently up 14-0 and got a safety on Lancaster. It appears to be Deuce Bragg. So now they are up 16-0 at CCS. Avante Harris has found his man. Wide open. Jordan Jenkins taken down exactly at the 50-yard line. Micah DeGrood chased him down.
40-yard pass.
Well, Harris has got a cannon on him, that's for sure.
Yeah, Avante Harris with 1,076 total yards of offense and 19 touchdowns this season for a guy that hasn't played many fourth quarters this year so far.
Or hardly any football in his career.
The snap, he's giving it to Onade. Onade looks like nowhere to go, but he's going to push forward and get past the line of scrimmage.
E-man gets the ball back past the line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play. Second down.
You know, it seems like Webb and the Heat are trying to play the same game, but the Webb School is just executing the game plan better.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with their offensive line. As you could see with that deep pass, you could see that Harris had a lot of time in the pocket.
Yeah, plenty of time in the pocket to get that ball off. Harris with Onade to his right once again. Harris fakes the handoff. He's going to shuffle it to him. Harris. Onade on the outside, but there's a flag. It looks like maybe a block in the back on the offense. It's probably going to be on Jordan Jenkins.
Flag on the play. Will be holding against Webb.
I don't believe that.
It's going to be holding against the Webb School. Excuse me.
Oh, I was just saying I don't believe that this is Harris's first year at quarterback or at football.
Yeah,
in general. That's a play that a veteran makes. The fake shovel pass to tuck it, and then finally when the play collapses, pitching it back out to his running back. That's something to be admired right there.
Well, see, because most of the people at the Webb School stay here away from home, they don't start practice until classes start. So for Harris, he started at the quarterback position altogether about a week or two before the game started. He's been phenomenal. A really a kid that's probably bred to play quarterback. A natural, as you say. Harris taking it. Finds his man on the outside. It's caught. Makes a man miss. That's Henry Moore. Henry Moore. And we might get another block in the back. And one issue, Cole, with this offensive line, beside they have all the strength in the world, but they are these penalties. They will kill this team, especially if they make it to the national stage.
Yeah, I think that really shows a lot of immaturity on that side. Blocking the back and holding is oftentimes excused when it comes to just awkward plays and things like that. But blocking the backs are inexcusable and just show a lack of maturity.
No, yeah, a block in the back is very, very avoidable. Of course, like you grab into the shoulder pad. You're told as an offensive lineman to tuck under the shoulder pad. So sometimes a hold will occur whether you like it or not. A block in the back is blatant. Unless a guy just turns his body so that you do the block in the back, a play like that where your guy has open field is inexcusable for a block in the back. Harris once again alone in the backfield. Twins left and right. He's got a big pass rush. Looks like he might go down, but he's still up. He rifles it. It's caught!
Wow.
Niall Archer! How did he get that pass off?
I think that proves the point that he is just a natural quarterback. I mean, seeing him almost get tackled there, I thought he was going to make a rookie mistake and just throw that ball up in the air, but he made something out of it. He has great field awareness and vision.
Yeah, and I wish we had the replay buffer so we could watch that one more time, but sadly, that's only up at CCS right now with James and Spencer. So if you want to see some replays, go check that out. But if you want a better commentary, stay here.
Or just better people in general.
Better people. Harris hands it off. He's got some open field. He's going to be taken down hard at the ankles. Elijah Fouts stopped. But is it enough for the first down? They're going to move the chains. Yep, that's going to be a first down on the play. And this game going very quickly because of how many completed passes and runs we've seen. We can be out of here in about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how it's looking.
The clock is just running. Harris in the shotgun. Takes it, fakes the handoff. He's found his man. He is wide open. Bobbles it, but it's caught. Henry Moore, the senior, been a big contributor for this offense so far.
And again, Harris is just showing his natural quarterback ability. I mean, that's one of the hardest passes as a quarterback is throwing it into the back corner of the end zone, and he just made it look easy.
Yeah, and of course, this offensive line has been strong all season, but this defensive line has been getting some penetration. A couple of passes in a row where he's had to throw off his back foot. It's been impressive. Snap. It's a fake. Spooney just taken down in the backfield. See, Cole, you don't see that play a lot, but that play in Madden never works. It doesn't. The toss back to the kicker never works in Madden.
Absolutely not. Unless you go into settings and make your kicker have 99 speed, it will never work.
No, even then.
And even Spooney, even though he has 99 in looks and beauty, I would say that he definitely doesn't have 99 speed. So.
No, I'd say he's more around the 82 or 83 range for speed. We actually haven't seen him run yet, so we don't know.
But in all seriousness, I think this is a great opportunity for Webb to really expand their playbook, or at least what they run in games and really just and practice even during a playoff game.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't want to see that until the mercy rule enacts. They're probably just going to stick with the basics until that mercy rule starts. But I hope that mercy rule doesn't start because we want to have a good game here. Of course, you know, the underdogs have not scored on either side, Lancaster or the Tennessee Heat. And hopefully that changes. We've got a kickoff here by Spooney. He's going to kick it right back to Preston Sloan. Preston Sloan with multiple returns for touchdowns. Preston Sloan breaks off from his man. He's going to take it down to the 30-yard line. Good run. But here comes the offense.
Returned by Middle Tennessee Heat by Kelton Copeland. Middle Tennessee Heat will have the ball 1st and 10 on their 30.
The ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. 70 yards to go for this Heat offense that has had trouble all game getting any kind of momentum. You know, they're going to need a really big play here. Of course, you want to play your way, but things aren't going their way. They have to be able to adjust. He's going to take it. Hand it off to Copeland again. Copeland just gets nowhere. Just gets swallowed up. I mean, a big back can only get so far with the defensive line that's blowing him up like this. I'm interested to see Preston Sloan still on the sidelines. They put him in and get him more involved. What this team could accomplish in the second half.
Yeah, I think Preston Sloan is a key piece on the team that's not really being utilized right now, and hopefully they'll be able to use him, whether as a slot receiver or as a running back. But if they get him outside, that could be dangerous for the Webb Feet.
Yeah, and last time they played, you know, not a lot went right, but two right things that they got was as the pass is incomplete to the outside. Two right things were, besides the touchdown by Copeland, a touchdown for Sloan and about a 50-yard return for Sloan. So, of course, even in the game where they were blown out, Sloan was one of the only bright spots in that one. He's the guy that if you're going to go down, you want to go down at least knowing that you put him in.
Right. And if I was the Tennessee Heat's coach, I definitely want the ball in either Copeland or Sloan's hands.
Yeah, Copeland having a big game as well, as he did against the Webb School the last time they played. There's a motion. He's going to fake the handoff. Goolsby misses him on the outside. That's going to bring up 4th down. And again, this is awful, but it might be punting situation again. You don't give them the ball at the 30. They have an opportunity to push this out to a 32 or 34-point lead. Or 33, excuse me. I forgot they kick field goals.
Yeah, I would definitely punt it off and just hold them for the next 3 minutes until the next half.
Yeah, and they trust Micah DeGrood to punt this thing off strong. And although they don't get the ball in the second half, you still want to try to hold them off. That's going to be a punt by Micah DeGrood. Another great punt by DeGrood. Is he going to field it? He is going to field it. Your first look, Cole.
Yep.
Looks like a mishold on the outside. But they're going to score. Shamar Frey. Olympic game time speed.
Wow.
I think they didn't miss the hold. That was a blatant hold on the outside that wasn't important to the touchdown.
It's like that touchdown's coming back.
Yeah,
that's very unfortunate.
That was a blatant hold on the outside, and I think nobody can catch Shamar Frey, so there's no need in trying to hold people off.
Wow, if I'm the Heat and I'm punting it, I'm punting it out of bounds from now on because Shamar Frey is, in my opinion, I believe he is the most dangerous man with the football in his hands in the league if he's returning a kick or a punt.
Exactly, and I'm even inclined to say if I can't kick it to the back of the end zone, I'm kicking it out of bounds and letting him take it at the 40.
That's right.
Webb will set up first.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
44.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Give me a handshake.
You have a firm grip.
It's cold.
It probably just hurts more and feels firmer, the handshake, because it's cold out here.
Yeah. Your cracking skin is kind of cutting me.
Well, you know what? I'm bioimmune. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Heat. Excuse me, it's Webb School. Avante Harris hands it off. Met in the backfield, this offensive line.
Great stop.
This offensive line not playing as well as they did in the first quarter. This strong defensive line for the Heat being able to get penetration on this team as the clock ticks away.
That's right. I think the first step in the Heat trying to get momentum is their defensive and offensive lines. If their defensive line keeps breaking through like this, they'll be able to get stops and give themselves more confidence going back onto offense.
Absolutely. We have an update from Christian Community School. Nathaniel Rowley with the 2-yard touchdown rush, giving them a 22-0 point advantage after the extra point is no good. So same story, just 2 different games. Oh, and just missed him on the outside. But, you know, Henry Moore has had a great game so far regardless of the drop. Maybe it's a good thing that the clock stopped. They can reassess and try to get a drive together.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like it hasn't stopped all game.
I don't think it has. Maybe not, except for timeouts.
The first half, I think it was still or the end of first quarter, I think it was still running.
And we can get a shot here of James Redding. James Redding, an all-star last year, broke his foot in an early matchup. It's sad not to have him out here, but our prayers are with him and his family as he goes through this rough season with a broken foot. You know all about that.
Yeah, broken bones are definitely not fun. They're very painful, and I think what hurts more than anything is not being on the field with your team.
Oh, he caught it, and he's still loose.
He's gone.
That's his second touchdown. Henry Moore. Touchdown, Webb School.
I had camera work by me. I'm sorry about that.
Did you miss it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I just missed the pylon. It dive. It looked cool.
Gotcha. Well, it was a great catch. He's been the player of the game. I'm excited to see what his numbers are looking like after this one. Might try to accumulate them at halftime.
Yeah, let's try it.
I'm interested because he's going off.
I might have to take more college courses, math college courses, in order to add this up his yards this game.
Yeah, I might need to switch to a calculus course.
I don't know. I think trigonometry will have to do.
Well, he's taking the antiderivative of the other team's numbers. Looks like a false start, but he's going to get the kickoff, and it's going to be good. 33-0, the Webb Schools lead over the Tennessee Heat. What a dominant performance. As we go into our break, this MTAC semifinal playoff game presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. Looks like possibly a false start on the kicking team, and that's what we're going to get. Going to move him back 5 yards.
Webb up 5 yards.
If you're the Heat, you desperately want to get in the locker room and reassess what, the coaches discussed with them before the game.
Absolutely. Honestly, I don't think they really want those 5 yards. They just want to be get in the locker room and really talk to each other about this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, halftime is the best motivator of any part of the game. Preston Sloan pushes forward. Here comes back the offense. Brandon Goolsby once again getting the signals from Coach Ryan Scott. Cole, I don't know about you, but I probably shouldn't have worn these shoes. They're practically air, and I have water in between my toes, and I feel like I've put my foot inside of an igloo. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't really know what that's like. I have on suede shoes, New Balance. They're sprayed with
Well, I didn't ask.
Anti-water.
I didn't ask you to flex.
Well,
I just wanted to know if they were cold or not.
Your
Your little piggies.
If that's what you're asking, yes, my toes are freezing.
I was asking about your little piggies.
They ran to the market.
Feet.
And this one wants roast beef.
Goolsby takes it for himself. Holding on to the football, pushing forward. How is he still going?
Hard running on the quarterback keeper by Goolsby.
As the clock runs, I think we should respond to a couple of comments. Coach Don Brown says, great broadcast, no need to scream into the microphone. Well, Coach, I am a color guy. This is just natural for me to yell. It's natural. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to deafen everybody in the second half. Jet Thompson, calculus. I used to do a little trig. Calculus uses a lot of trig. Indeed it does.
I don't even know what trig is. I just kind of said it.
Well, Cole, you took trig. It's part of pre-calculus.
Oh, then I guess I did. I don't.
Or geometry.
Does it have to do with shapes?
No. It's like Sokotoa. Oh, just holds them up in the backfield.
That does have to do with shapes, Isaiah. That's
Right
geometry.
on the back
Well,
of
I
the
know it's
groove.
geometry, but yeah, we're gonna back them up about 3 or 4 yards for 3rd down and 9. You know, they might try to run one more play and take this thing to halftime with about 30 seconds left on the clock. Our clock is wrong. There's 23.
Yeah, you know, I really don't think they should have passed it there. I think they need to run the ball. They're not, you know, they don't need to throw up a Hail Mary. And
Copeland once again hit hard.
There you see it. They just want to get
Copeland
going to the
stopped by
locker room.
Shamar Frey.
Yeah, it's demoralizing
Brings up
having
4th and
this
6.
going on right now.
That's going to bring an end to the first half, folks.
Sorry, I
We're
accidentally
going
resetted the
halftime.
score,
You're
but our
up
halftime
6-3.
score is 33-0
Tennessee Heat
in favor
0.
of the Webb School. We'll be right back with the halftime report presented by Star Physical Therapy. Welcome in to the Extreme Game of the Week presented by Kingdom.com Halftime Report. And there we go. New sponsor back in that corner. Star Physical Therapy. And again, we're at a playoff game. A playoff game. Not what we expected, especially. I mean, my score prediction was kind of close, but you don't like to see this for a playoff game. Hopefully the Heat can pick it back up. What did the Heat have to do to at least make this a contest in the second half?
I think the Heat just need to step up their intensity. It seems like they're on their heels every play. It seems like they're even when they have a good play, even if it's a 5-yard run, there's no encouragement or excitement really. And I just think they need to really bring themselves or bring each other up. And I just think that the intensity overall really needs the glare.
Yeah.
I really think the intensity overall needs to improve, and I think that's really going to start on their offensive and defensive lines.
Exactly. And the Webb School have done a lot right, especially Henry Moore stepping up, making big plays for the team. Once again, Avante Harris, over 1,000 yards on the season. But, I mean, not enough can be said for this freshman. He's a freshman who has only played quarterback for 2 months. Looks like a veteran out there. He's making big plays, especially like you said, that fake option kept it. But then optioned it,
Yeah.
and they got a huge gain on it, and that's really, really, really like you have to be experienced to make a play like that. That's something that is learned. As a quarterback, what do you have to say about what you've seen from him tonight?
I see. You may take this.
Yeah.
I see a lot of maturity out of this guy that seems like came out of nowhere. Being somebody who just started playing football, I see a lot of maturity with his decision making, whether he's passing the ball or pitching the ball out. And I just think he has a great field vision, whether he's throwing the ball or running. He knows what holes to hit or what routes to look for first. And I truly think this is a special guy.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for joining us for the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week Playoff Edition. Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Tennessee HighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. We'll be back for the third quarter. Sorry that you had to miss that play, everybody. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty going on, but we're back and running. Get that scoreboard pulled up. Third quarter.
What a great start to the second half for the Tennessee Heat.
Yeah, a great start indeed.
It looked like a false start.
Goolsby on the quarterback keeper.
And we're going to get that
Stopped
clock
by
back
number
up and
19,
running.
Goko.
Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry that you had to miss that play,
Pickup of 9 on first down brings up 2nd and 1.
A 2nd and 1 on the play as a 9-yard run up the middle for Goolsby. And we've gone dark. Oh, and
Interception by Webb, number 23,
Jordan Jenkins gets his 4th interception of the year and takes it to about the 40-yard line. And sorry, everybody, we've been scrambling a little bit. We had a little bit of issue with the Wi-Fi, but we're back on. We're back to being as hype as we were in the first half.
And louder.
And we're going to
louder. Oh, James, what is he doing?
We got the first down on the 42-yard line.
Quarterback change for Webb, number 18, Weston Coop.
You know, the Heat were really had some momentum there. I think it was just kind of a immature mistake by the quarterback Goolsby.
Well, I mean, it is his first year as quarterback, but again, Avante Harris has been very, very strong for them this year as a freshman as well. Both quarterbacks freshmen have been strong as he breaks free on the outside. Elijah Fouch, 43 yards.
Elijah Fouch, right side.
And that's going to run the clock.
Wow.
That's 39. They've hit the mercy rule. And this has to be very, very frustrating if you're here for the Tennessee Heat. You know, not the game that you expected or planned for throughout this year. A playoff game to go this way.
Yeah, I really think it's just a lot of immature mistakes by the Heat, along with I think a lot of them. There's a lot of mismatches, and the personnel just doesn't match up well against the Webb Feet, who are very fast and very athletic.
Exactly. As the kick goes through for Spoonie, that's going to be 40-0 for the Webb School.
I'm glad we'll be able to say that name more, though.
As awful as that sounds, we got to say Spoonie's name. We have to. It's our job. TheKingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. We'll be right back. We're unmuted.
How long has that been?
Well, it's been about 4 minutes, but as the teams go to the sideline, we'll stay on here and give our recap of the last 10 minutes.
Well, as you guys could see, I was just saying to the mic that wasn't recording me that that even though the deficit is large, it's 40 points. It seems like the Heat are really beating themselves, just with immature mistakes and fumbles, slippery football, and Aiden Fitzpatrick, you are now blocked.
No, you're not blocked. We'll just remove the comment. Don't spread fake news. No, I know what the problem is. We're back on. The way I know my computer looks like a government database right now, but I can assure you that's not the case. There are so many windows up right now, it looks like a window store. But you can't see through these windows because my mama ain't a window maker.
I'm not following. If you want an old joke, just ask Isaiah. He's a Southern Baptist. He gets them at the
Fumble!
every single week.
I'm not a Southern Baptist. I'm a Northern Baptist. I'm just a regular Baptist, and so are you. You attend a Baptist church.
That's true.
So let's just move on from the whole spirituality thing and just stop making fun of denominations because we're the same.
I actually respect the Southern Baptists.
You know, I'm not even Southern Baptist. I'm just Baptist. Okay? Is there a problem with that?
Is there a difference between them?
I haven't researched it, but I would assume there's a difference between the Southern and the Baptist, even though most Baptists are Southern.
You know, I really think the only difference is the pastor's lifestyle. So either.
All right, let's get back to the game.
All right.
They're going to let it roll out of bounds.
The punt goes out of bounds. 47-yard line. The Webb will have the ball first and 10.
First and 10 for the Webb School at the 47. Looks like Coop is in the ball game. And Cole, you're going to be excited to see Coop. He's a great young quarterback, a freshman just like Harris. He's got a great arm. You're about to see. Handoff. He's going to find the outside. Good block. I can't see who that is. I can now. It's number 20, Adam Clunder. Adam Clunder, the 10th grader. In on the play. That was a great gain on the play. Looks like about 20 yards.
To the 35-yard line, first and 10.
Yeah, hopefully Coop is going to get some good practice in here and experience. Although he's the same age as Harris, if Webb has two amazing quarterbacks, they're going to be able to do a lot in the next couple of years.
One thing I'd say is that's the best problem to have, to see two able quarterbacks. We might see an Alabama situation here in a couple of years. But maybe Coop can play a little running back like Hurts.
Right.
And hopefully he doesn't transfer like Hurts probably wants to.
Harris might have to go to South Haven or something. We'll see.
That's blasphemy. Another run out the outside.
Plunder again.
Or
right
FCS.
side. Stop made by Sloan.
Preston Sloan in on the tackle. Another great run to the outside by Adam Clunder.
Pick up at 6. Second down.
Second down on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 4 on the 28-yard line for the Webb School. And again, a running clock, but I've never run the computer before, so we're trying to get used to that whole system. So on the clock, we have 1:43 and counting as a running clock as the mercy roll has been enacted. Coop in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Clunder. Hits his man to, and that's just a drop. But that was a beautiful pass by Coop.
It's a great throw.
Coop's pass
Yeah,
to
both
Jason Collins
quarterbacks
falls incomplete.
fit well into the system. And I remember
Third down.
last year, Gregory Kilpatrick, we got an opportunity to play against him as well. With this receiver core, any quarterback can play strong in this. But these quarterbacks have shown high IQ plays that not a lot of new quarterbacks do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that although they have extremely athletic receivers, I think they make their receivers a lot really shine.
Exactly. And one guy to look for here is Dawson Collins on the left side. Hopefully he can get some receptions in this one as he's been targeted once. Pass to the outside, another drop. Coop is throwing darts, but these guys aren't receiving them.
Incomplete. Fourth down.
It's going to bring up 4th down. Is Spooney in the ball game? If he could kick a field goal like this, we might need to get him on some college tapes.
If Spooney is able to kick a field goal from this far, we're going to have to interview him after the game.
We would. Fourth down and 3, and it looks like the offense is they might let the they might let the clock play out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a close the third quarter.
And that's going to be the
Your
end
score,
of the
Webb
third
40.
quarter. Your score,
Tennessee
40-0. They are kicking the field goal, but that's not Coop. Barely missed it to the left.
Yeah, he almost hit that pylon.
Field goal
He
is
hit
set
it!
by number 16.
It's good.
Fit. They'll return the ball back over to the Heat. 1st and 10.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Heat. What's going on? Wait a minute. The chains hadn't even changed yet.
It's still a live ball.
Yeah.
That was
Returned by number 47.
It didn't hit the pylon, Isaiah. Told you, I said it almost.
Michael DeGrood heads up play for the Heat.
that was weird.
That was weird. And again,
Get that. Did you get it?
No.
I didn't get it
I
either.
don't really think I got
We got it, and we'll surely put that out there at some point.
and they, I mean, that's a big
I'm glad you
mistake.
zoomed in on the ball.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's a big mistake for both
I'm like, I
teams.
don't know.
We got it.
It shows.
Did you guys get it?
Well, we're streaming it. We'll be able to go back. Yeah.
I think it just shows either the lack of experience or just a little bit of immaturity on both sides. Just because, you play until the whistle's blown, and even if the ball looks out of bounds, you never know.
I thought Ryan Scott had implemented an illegally quick hurry-up offense.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know the rule, but I believe it is a dead ball.
Wow.
It's not.
Might have goes in the end zone, because in high school, but in college, that ball's live because that's Auburn kick 6.
Okay, yeah.
That ball's live.
Oh no, I know. I just didn't know if it was if it was dead when it touched the ground in the end zone in high school.
It's going to be a penalty against the Heat. It's odd.
For what?
I'm not sure I know what that sign is necessarily. Well, that's not the head ref call. That's not. Not necessarily sure what that sign was that he was implying. It'll be interesting to check with the referees after the game and see what they have to say about it. But that looks like a lengthy penalty for the Heat. First and 10 for the Heat. Goolsby in the shotgun.
Here we go. We might see this reverse here.
It's going to be an offsides by the player of the game, Henry Moore. He's going to back him up about 5 yards in the encroachment penalty.
You know, for a playoff game, there's been a lot of penalties.
Exactly. Goolsby snaps it. He's throwing it deep, but he doesn't have his man. It's going to be incomplete.
Looks like it's either a miscommunication or the tight end just got a little bit caught up on the line of scrimmage, but that was an open play right there.
I think they were trying to take a shot and overcommitted to that play. Missed him by about 3 feet, or excuse me, 3 steps on that play. The defender was hounding all over him. That was good coverage. About 10 minutes left to go in the ball game and about 50 degrees out here in the wet field. Makes a fake snap, hands it off again. Finds him on the outside. Defense is coming in and finally bring down Elijah Fouch for the, or excuse me. That's not Elijah Fouch.
Left side by number 16, Boone Russell.
That's Boone Russell on the outside, finding a lot of yardage to the left side of the field. And again, if they score here, the mercy rule is taken off.
You know, to be honest,
First down Heat.
from what we've seen this game, that's the most successful play that they've had is that little end around or reverse. I think that they need to keep doing that and eventually, fake it and either hand it to Copeland or pass the ball off.
Yeah, and truly, speed does kill. And right now, the speedster, Shamar Frey, is not in the ball game. So they have some open field if they want to try to run to the outside and maybe try to outrun people, especially with Preston Sloan.
Pass to Cordell falls incomplete, second down.
And we see Jordan Jenkins getting excited as the game is coming into their hands as time winds down. And we have an update from Christian Community School. Christian Community 30, Lancaster 0 on an 8-yard touchdown run by Dotterer. Again, dominance all over the board. The underdogs losing 0-70 so far in these two ball games.
Pass by Goolsby.
Yeah, this is a huge surprise.
Third down.
In both games. I mean, I don't think anybody saw a deficit this big.
Absolutely not.
Like to be intentional grounding.
They're going to call him for intentionally grounding, even though he appeared to be outside of the pocket. Would you say that's a fair analysis?
Can you say that one more time?
They called him for intentional grounding, but it seemed like he was so far out of the pocket he was about to run out of bounds.
Yeah, I was actually about to praise him for that. He showed poise in the pocket, and he saw nothing was there, so he actually left the pocket and threw it out of bounds.
Now they lose the down and the yardage.
Yeah, I don't see how that is a.
He's got a man, but can he catch it? Boone Russell just slides through his hands. A blown opportunity to stop the clock for the Heat.
Pass intended for Russell falls incomplete.
Outside and beyond the line of scrimmage.
Brings up fourth down for the Heat.
He was outside the pocket and the pass was beyond the line of scrimmage too.
going to be a punting play. Micah DeGrood's still in the ball game, about to punt this away. Expect to see another great punt from DeGrood. He's had a great game, special teams this whole game. Another high snap. They could block it, but he gets it off in the face of the defense.
I was getting nervous for a second. I thought Frey was back there.
Yeah, they would. I don't think at this point. Oh, Copeland!
Copeland!
What a hit!
Man, Copeland's a powerhouse.
Yeah, in a game where there hasn't been a lot of good to look at for the Heat, Copeland has really stepped up and shown a glimpse of the future.
But we'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This could easily be Copeland and Goolsby's team next year.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you there.
And there's a lot of youth on this Heat team. Although they're probably not going to pull this one out with a win, there still is a lot of good to look at. A playoff team with still the youth that they have. Even without James Redding, I might add. Yeah. James Redding, their all-star from last year, was supposed to be the #1 back on the team. A very, very strong runner, but I mean he's on a scooter right now. Run up the middle. They're going to get yardage and keep pushing, but Micah DeGrood slings him to the ground. Good run on the play by Calvin.
Play number 32.
Calvin Chin, the 10th grader. But Micah DeGrood found him.
Stopping the play 47. Micah DeGrood. 2nd down.
We can get a shot on one of the coaches here. I'm looking all over for him, but trying to find Coach Murphy. Undefeated on the regular season, on his first season. Coach Murphy is the only coach in MTAC history to have an undefeated first season. You know, the closest person was besides that, Seth Witherington.
Seth, don't get me started with him. He is, you know, if anything ever happened to my dad, Seth Witherington would be there in place of him.
He kind of is in a way for me as well. But a good stop on the play brings it to 3rd down and 10 for this Webb offense. You know, this Heat team not going down without a fight. They're here until the last whistle.
That's right. I think it really shows what the Heat team is truly like, and just how great their character is. They haven't fought each other the whole game, and no arguing, you know, pointing fingers. They've just been fighting hard the whole time, and it's really showing who they are.
Yeah, and I'd say that's a testament to Ryan Scott's how he leads this team. Ryan Scott having his best season so far as the Heat's head coach. Last year had a tough year, but this year being able to squeeze into that 2nd seed in the North. Despite this game, a great season all around for Coach Ryan Scott, and, of course, has this team on the up and up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if he really tries to train up his wide receivers especially, I think that they're going to be an all-around very powerful offense, with James Redding back especially.
Well, James Redding is a senior.
I know. I'm trying to get him to get held back.
Well, he can't because – I mean, maybe he could. Has he played 4 years?
No, I think James Redding needs to go move on. Go to seminary.
Good kick by the player of the game, Henry Moore. I'll keep saying it. It's a couple touchdowns for him. Great defensive stops. But the clock is just going to continue to run. We might be seeing our last 5 plays here.
That's right.
Do you have any final comments on the game?
You know, I haven't seen Christian Community play a whole lot, but I really think that Webb is the strongest team in this league right now.
You know what? And as a color guy that's filling in for play-by-play, I will have to say that I agree with you.
Yeah, I just think Webb is a very strong team this year, and things are only looking up for them for the next 4 years, believe it or not, with their quarterbacks and just all the other athletes on their team.
Yeah, and I have a really, really, really bold prediction, but I don't know if I should I say it here?
I think you should say it.
Because this could get some rings.
That's why you should say it.
This is really, really, really like completely my opinion and okay. I think if the Webb School stays in the MTAC, they will 4-peat.
You know what? I would have to say I agree.
For real?
Yeah.
That is a very unpopular opinion. That's a very unpopular opinion that they're going to win the championship this year.
Well, one thing about Webb is that their players are here for the long run. Unlike a lot of schools, a lot of schools in the MTAC are, homeschool tutorials or stuff like that, and a lot of people move on to public school or big private schools. But the people at Webb continually stay throughout their high school careers.
Yeah, exactly. And the MTAC, Webb isn't all MTAC, especially basketball. They have the number 7 prospect in the entire nation playing for their basketball team. This is a very, very sports-focused school, and for these kids, a lot of them from different countries and different nationalities, all kinds of talent from all around the world on this Webb team. That's why they're always competitive. And we're going to get an encroachment or offsides on the defense, and that's going to move them up 5 more yards. They got maybe enough time for one more play if they want to do it.
On the defense.
That's going to be a first down, but they might try to run one more play and then take off.
I'm throwing a Hail Mary here.
Oh, he's got open. Oh, but they're going to take him down. And Joshua Goko taking him down. 14 seconds. Looks like we may have a timeout on the field. Yep, they're going to call a timeout. They're going to try to get one more score on the board. And, of course, we're not going to go to commercial break because there's 14 seconds left. But Cole, this game was an hour and 49 minutes long, counting halftime. One of the quickest football games I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Despite the scores, it seemed like the first quarter went by kind of slow.
It did.
It
did feel like that.
Just with the heat, how slow-paced their offense is, and just a slow, powerful offense. But it seems like the third and fourth quarter don't even equal the time that the first quarter was.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to think if gosh, I'm blanking on the name here. See, I'm bad with names. That's my only thing. I can talk all day, but as long as I have a note sheet, as I do, James Redding. James Redding being out here. What changes?
I think that it takes a lot of pressure with James Redding out here. I think it takes a lot of pressure off of Goolsby because he's a new quarterback.
Oh, they're going deep. Boone Russell. Oh, it slides through his hands, but they might have time for another play. The clock is stopped.
I think it would take a lot of pressure off the quarterback because James Redding is just such a powerful runner, and even if they, change their defense to stop him, he's still going to be successful. So I think the running game would definitely be much, much more successful for the Heat.
Well, Cole, I know Chris Savely on the sideline. He was an all-star last year. But Micah DeGrude, this is the last play of his career. Besides, all-star game. Oh, was I not supposed to leak that? I just did.
Wow, you're edgy.
Yeah, I am edgy. But at this point, it's pretty public. If he wanted to tell anyone, he could. Besides the all-star game, though, this is his last game, last play with his teammates. So I know you and me can attest that it's tough playing your last game as we did last year. Do you still think about it every day?
I do, yeah, and I think what's a lot different about my last game, for instance, was I didn't know it was actually the last play because
That's true.
I found out later that I had a torn ACL, so that it was a little hard to really face that fact, knowing that there was one more game on the schedule. But
well, the funny thing is, if you can recall the game where we had the toughest time and the game that we were the most heartbroken was here at Webb. Yeah. We couldn't see anything. It was a cold night like tonight, and that's the game that sticks in our minds as well.
Yeah, that's the game that I'll remember the most out of all the games I've ever played.
Yeah,
so.
Webb is really, really good at deflating people.
Absolutely. Here we go.
And he's going to overshoot it, and that's going to do it. The Webb School Feet moving on to the championship to face off, as we presume, most likely the Christian Community School Colts.
On behalf of the Webb School Athletic
And now let's see the
Program, we
handshake
thank you for
lines.
this evening
Let's
and
see the
wish
good
everybody a
conduct.
Safe travel home. And ladies
You
and
already
gentlemen,
know
your
the
Webb
Middle
Feet
Tennessee Heat are just going to be
will
great
be the
sportsmen
representatives, the
about
world
this. They're
representatives
always
for the conference and
just
the
great
division
sports, very,
championship next week.
very good team to play, just due to the fact that they're very respectful.
Exactly, and I can recall, especially James Redding. I know you know James Redding from last year. He came over to us after the game and just congratulated everybody. I mean, this is a team full of character, and Ryan Scott has done a great job this season of coaching up these guys. But for the Webb School, it's going to be exciting to see them face off against either Lancaster or most likely Christian Community next week. But the Tennessee Heat, is there a consolation game still? I'm wrong. They still have the consolation game. It was such a passionate moment, and I forgot that the consolation
Getting
game.
emotional.
I started remembering me. I put me in Micah DeGrude's shoes walking out for the last play, but it might have been his 100th the last play.
Yeah, DeGrude just made me shed a tear for absolutely no reason. And for that, I'm a little bit upset with him. But other than
Why
that,
would you be
he's played
upset
a
with
great
him?
game.
He did play a great game. All right, everyone. On behalf of Isaiah Austin and Cole Warren, thank you for tuning in to the Extreme Game of the Week presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, Modern Medicine the old-fashioned way, Tennessee High School Football.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. On behalf of us at 8-Man Extreme and all the great people out here that made this possible, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. See ya! See ya!